All right, guys, what's going on? Okay. What's going on, guys? Do apologize here for being a little bit late. Dixie looks like it's about to be on the upswing. With Dixie on the upswing, it means it's going to bring markets down just for an internal, for this internal New York session here. There's not going to be much movement because there's no news, but some movement here. So I am looking at Dixie to move to the upside here. Reverse, it looks like it's mitigating this specific zone. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. One second. So because of that, I'm looking for shorts on SPX. Just in the meantime, I'm looking for SPX to move into what? Order flow. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So shorts is kind of what I'm aiming for with SPX. Obviously, I'm not going to trade SPX here when it comes to this challenge here. So I'm probably going to just leave this alone. What I'm looking for is, yeah, you see this right here? SPY also has a gap. So SPX is most likely going to short, right? SPX is going to short today, most likely. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Specifically, we need to fill in this gap here, especially with the SPY. See how the SPY has a gap? We're probably going to see the same thing with SPX. Now, Russell gives me kind of the same idea. It actually looks like Russell's going to reject this specific zone that we talked about. The fact that it hasn't closed below is good, but Russell looks like it's about to go into order flow. So what is order flow, guys? The best way to explain order flow: institutional sells, buys, mitigation, and then a run to the upside. So we're going to want to look for buys on Russell, buys on SPX. But in the meantime, I do believe, at least for this session, there's not going to be much movement with SPX, but I'm believing SPX is going to move to the downside. As far as the challenge here, let's actually take a look at ES, NQ. We'll take a look at NQ, kind of the same thing. VIX, kind of want to look at just the volatility index for this. We did break structure here, which means that we got to fill in this gap, which means it supports the thesis of what SPX, moving to the downside. Because as the VIX moves higher, SPX moves to the downside. One thing we did do is, I don't even think we completely filled it, but we were close to filling this gap here with gold. All right, let me look at some of these Forex pairs right now, just because I'm kind of antsy on it. I want to be able to get into something here today. I gotta make at least like 10 or 15% on this account today. Let's look at gold. Gold has not pulled back, man. And I've been looking for a pullback with gold. It hasn't given me anything. The good news behind gold, it looks like it is mitigating or respecting this zone here. With respect to this zone, it still does need to come up here and fill, but because it's respecting that zone, we had such a small Asian consolidation range. Like you see this here, this is only what, a range of 450 pips versus the last range, Sunday open, was about 900, almost 1,000 pip range. And then a run to the upside. I didn't call buys here. Reason why was because we had already hit 1,000 pip range. The average daily range for gold right now ranges anywhere between 500 to 600 pips. So anytime you get 1,000 pip range, usually you get a large retracement. That's why I didn't really call any type of buys here. The RR just didn't make sense. What I'm looking for here is we have no break of the Asian range, which sucks. Probably trading the VWAP here. You could probably scalp this in between if it's just going back and forth, but nothing really here. What I would want to look for is buys here still. I want to fill this gap and then potential buys around this zone here. But other than that, I'm not looking for anything with gold. Specifically not today. Let me see if I can squeeze something out. What I'm looking for something with now is GU. Some buys or sells on GU right now is like the biggest thing that I'm looking for. Now, if I see this here, yesterday we said that it would turn around this zone, right? Everybody remembers that, right? Everybody remembers we said, guys, GU coming down to like this specific zone. It came down here last night, or actually this morning at 8 a.m. We filled this in, and then we broke to the upside here. So that's a good solid that right there is a solid move of 23 pips. So what I'm looking for right now with a 30 pip stop loss here, this is how I'm gonna have to play this. Let me play this right now. What did it come off? The indecision, the 5-minute indecision. Yeah. So internal structure is breaking, which is good, right? You have this break right here. See that? You see that internal break? Yeah, it's positive, it's bullish. One thing I'm worried about is as Dixie moves to the upside, GU moves to the downside. So you see how, Dixie's just rallying, and I'm thinking Dixie's actually going up, move higher. So as that's happening, you're gonna see GU move to the downside from that, as GU continues. So even though we had a small break of structure or pullback with GU, doesn't necessarily mean it's completely bullish. I just want to see the reaction at 10 a.m. And then look at this, guys. You see this right here? The Asian range with GU. This is a sell. See that? Break of the Asian range. So let's look at this. What do we have? Fundamentals here. Fundamentals means sell. Okay, structure right now. Internal structure, buy. External structure, sell. Right? So sell, external structure. Asian range. Asian range is telling me to sell. Okay? And then what else? What else can we look for? Institutional candles. So institutional candles already been mitigated here. So that's the sell. Okay? And then what else am I looking for? Time. Right? So trading with time. Usually 10 a.m. is what I want to look for. So what I'm going to do for this specifically, let me see if I can do this here. I'm going to have to play this two ways. The buy here, really scalp side. The sell here. Okay. Look at Euro. Yeah, kind of the same concept. Both of these are going to sell off here. Both of these are going to sell off. 9 a.m. was a perfect entry for some sells here. Okay, so let's look at 10 a.m. this is good. Just don't like that it broke structure here. All right, we're gonna sell GU. I'm just looking for an entry. I'm gonna have to quick scalp this shit. It just broke structure. I'm gonna have to sell GU. Okay, so if I get GU in this zone here, by 10 a.m. I'm gonna wanna sell off. If I can get GU potentially on a mid reversal here, I'm gonna buy. So very, very simple. I'm just gonna wait till 10 a.m. and I'm gonna execute here in like 30 minutes. The only reason I have to be very careful here is because Dixie, I usually swing trade, guys. I don't scalp. So I'll be in a trade for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I'm gonna play long term. Dixie's moving to the upside. Short term though, Dixie just broke structure and now it's going to start reversing here at 10 a.m. So because that's going to happen, you know, GU is going to most likely do this boomerang effect, right? We're trading in between the structure on the lower time frame here. So again, with GU, the same concept. We're going to have to trade in between the structure here. So even now, like I could take a small little buy here and trade in between the structure. What I'm looking for is this thing right now to get hit, to get swiped, right? Small internal structure buy, right? To the high, to the VWAP, right? Just to that area. That's what I'll be looking for, like internal buys here for the scalp. But I want to look at this and see it at 10 a.m., not now. Reason why is institutional time. I only trade at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., 9:45 reversals. That's when it's usually going to show. So let me just wait here. Sorry guys, give me a second. Let me use this on my account here. I'm gonna just make sure my account is fixed right now. All right, this is what I'm doing. Give me a second, guys. You already kind of have an idea of what I want to look for, what I'm looking for this, for GU specifically, for buys here around 8 a.m. Give me a second. Okay, let's do this here, Hanka. One second, guys. I'm just setting something up with my account so I can make sure that I can just see it here, and I'm gonna live stream it to you guys here as well, so you guys can see it. So, okay. Okay, let me see. Let's see if I see this right here. Give me a second, guys. 1 second, guys. I'm having my phone like freeze over here. One second, guys. 1 second. I'm looking for potential buys here, so just give me a second, guys. One second, guys. You see GU go up to the upside? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Give me a second. We're gonna look for buys on GU, but just give me a second here. There we go. Account, this thing, perfect. Okay, what's up, guys? My bad. So this is what I'm looking for. GU. What happened with GU from what we talked about here? This is what I was looking at earlier here, right? This is what I was looking at earlier. So I'm looking at 10 a.m., that reversal time. We're going to be trading in between the buys and sells of GU. It's the only way for us to be able to make money with this thing here. I'm just fixing my Magno account right now because I want to be able to showcase it live to you guys here. So that was the only thing that I was doing here. The first thing that I'm looking at, again, we're going to have to trade the order blocks in between this. So what I mean by that is the buys here, we're going to have to, this specific zone here, right? The order blocks, the buys, pullbacks, buys, sells, right? We're going to have to trade in between the order blocks to scalp this here. Because normally I swing trade, guys, so we're going to have to trade in between the order blocks today. Okay? So one thing I'm looking for, again, is buys on GU, but I'm waiting till 10 a.m. So I'm waiting 20 minutes here. The only reason why is that's institutional time. We usually tend to see reversals around that time period. Okay? It's the only reason I'm waiting, right? Again, 10 a.m. always gives us a clear market direction biased here. So even here now, you see this right here? This looks like it's about to sell off. Oh, man. I might try to trade SPX if I can. So I might break some rules, guys. I might break some rules here and trade SPX. Because SPX looks like a good sell. Yeah, SPX looks like a fucking great sell. Should I not try? I'm trying to see if I want to trade GU, but the problem is GU is kind of stuck in the middle. It's not in an area of interest. It's just scalping in between, you know? This looks great right here. I want to sell I'm going to sell SPX. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull up this account. Oh, let me see. That right there. You see that? This right here. Optimal sell right there. Optimal sell. Even for a quick 30 pip scalp right there. Optimal sell. Alright guys, I'm logging into my dashboard here just so you guys can see everything, just so it's easier here, because if not, it's going to be ridiculously difficult to do this in front of you guys and to catch the right sales. So this is what I'm going to do. Yahoo. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna probably try to short here. SPX here. I'm looking to short SPX probably in the next couple minutes. I don't want to break rules, but GU just doesn't look at, like, GU doesn't look great. The sell would have came earlier at exactly 9 a.m. You see that? So if I don't want to try to sell GU at the wrong time. SPX looks way better. SPX looks like a great sell right now. You know what I mean? So I would have sold SPX like exactly like 9:30, but it's still going to most likely come down here. So that's why I'm looking for sells on SPX mostly. You know, it's a great entry. And it's an order flow here. This is like perfect. It's breaking structure downward. I'm just going to wait till 10 a.m. because 10 a.m. is, again, the reversal time for me. So I'm waiting till 10 a.m. That institutional time. I might have to just break rules right now at the first fucking call. It's crazy. second, guys. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for shorts here. All I'm looking for is an extension here. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I want to look at that at like 10 a.m. This is going to be like a 1 and like 1 to 3. I'm going to take, okay? This is what I'm looking for. Now, I'm only going to take the trade at 10 a.m. I am not going to take the trade now. Okay? I'm looking at SPX. And I'm looking at indices right now. I'm starting this account with exactly the amount that I talked about earlier here. Okay, so I'm gonna be on here on my web trading desk journal here. So we're gonna trade this thing. Okay, 500 bucks in the account. Let's get it rocking. So again, I am only going to trade SPX here. So let's, I know my plan here for this flip is going to be, I could do this flip either very conservatively or I could do it very quickly. I'm going to try to be conservative here, but sometimes, guys, if the trade announces it, like if the setup's there, I'll just take the setup and I don't even care. All right. I don't want to risk 20% of the account. I really don't. %15 risk. Okay, so to risk 5% on that, it's going to be, let's go back to our plan here. We're going to be taking 0.025s. So again, wait at 10 a.m. If there is no swipe of liquidity, I'm looking for a swipe of liquidity here. Swipe of liquidity. Okay, I'll come down from that swipe of liquidity and then I would sell. If there is no swipe of liquidity or a come down, if there's a break of structure, then I'm not looking for the sell. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm looking at SPX for sells. That's what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for that swipe of liquidity first. When it comes to gold, I don't want to trade gold right now just because it's gone. It's not coming back at all. You know, it looks like it actually paused for a little bit at 9 a.m. and then just broke structure. So actually, right now, there are some buy opportunities with gold on the pullback here, internally, here, and the 50% area, which hasn't been mitigated, which is here. Those are the possible buys here for gold. Those are the only areas that I would look for buys for gold. Everything else is just kind of a done deal. Gold's gonna come to this zone. GU, let's look at it one more time. Kind of doing nothing. It's just chilling where we talked about. I wanted to call buys earlier, but I waited for buys. The reason why is I don't trade unless it's like 9:30, 10 a.m. 15 minutes, we're going to execute something here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's mitigating this zone here. Same thing, right? It actually came back to the selling zone here. That area is where I'd want to potentially sell at. Right here at the 15 minute. So let's wait. I already kind of have the lot size kind of in play. All right. Well, what we're going to do. We're not going to risk 15%. We're going to risk half. Okay. I'm waiting for that swipe first, right? That's what I'm waiting for. Right here specifically. I'm waiting for that swipe. I'm going to execute in the next 5 minutes. I'm about to take a potential sell here. Very, 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 very tight stop. The stop would be above that high. I don't know why SPX looks different here. Yeah, it does look different, right? Data feed looks different. Let's look at NQ. Huh, interesting. You see that? NQ looks completely different. I mean, not the NQ, the ES1 futures. Looks like it's mitigating that zone and now it's going to pull down. That's interesting. Again, I want to see a swipe of liquidity here. That's what I need to see. A liquid sweep. A liquid sweep here. That's what I want to see. See, like it's doing right now. Then what I want to look for is some type of wick. Wick to pull down and a close here on the 15 minute or 10 minute. I need a close below structure. If there's no structure, then I can't trade this. If there's no break on the downside. Yeah, you see? It's breaking upward here. This is why I always wait till 10 a.m. Might come here. Yeah, it's gonna go to the next zone. Let me see. Yeah, nothing yet. This is why I always wait till 10 a.m. Yeah, you see it go? We could at least catch some type of reversal here. Damn, I really don't want to sell against SPX right now, specifically. I really don't. Especially if this isn't going to do order flow. Don't want to sell against it at all. That's very stupid of me to do. I might sell it in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Scalp, quick scalp. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna be also like putting my screen, my TradingView screen on my other monitor, just because it's gonna be easier here, because I cannot see everything at the same time. Everything's easier to see on TradingView. Yeah, this thing is breaking structure upward here. Let's see, 1 hour. There's so much volume and momentum here. It's like, I really don't want to sell against this shit. I really don't. At all. Especially if I'm calling buys for SPX. I'm not even calling sells long term. If I'm going to try to sell, I'm going to have to scalp this. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous scalp too. Let me see that. Yeah, this right now to sell would be dumb right now. Give me a second, guys. This is what I'm doing. I'm looking at what I would do here in this situation. I wouldn't sell this at all, so I'm not even looking to sell it. I don't even want to risk it, to be honest. Gold looks like a better fucking buy than that. GU's not doing anything too. GU's just chilling. I'm looking at other charts, guys, right now, because I'm just looking to see. I'm going to keep SPX here just to make sure. If I see any type of reversal here in the next 5 minutes, then I'll try to scalp it real quick. Okay? But if not, then I'm not going to even try to play the game. Alright? GU from our original buy order that I was looking at is moving to the upside. Gold, wow, gold is skyrocketing. I wish I bought gold. You always catch gold buys here. But, yeah, dude, I do not want to touch SPX for sells at all. I really don't. This thing has so much momentum. Like, so look, guys, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for the perfect, so look, let me show you guys something. What I was looking for specifically here was potentially a swipe of liquidity here, and then a potential pullback for us to get into a buy for a sell-off. So you see this here? SPX is bullish. We all know that. But this pullback here that happened here, it's already finished. This thing is ready to run. Now, on an external structure level, what I want to show you guys is this. Look at this. You see this right here? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We broke this, which means what? Which means SPX is bullish. That means we're going to move to the upside. The thing about it was me trading internally on this structure. This is why I like to swing trade. So me going internally in this structure right here, this is the impulse move. This is the impulse move that broke that structural zone here. So what does that mean? In that impulse move, I'm looking now for what? I was looking for some 3 waves to the downside for us to get a solid pullback and then get into buys. The problem is sometimes with SPX, you see this right here, impulse, it only gave me 2 waves to the downside, and now it looks like it's about to run. So what I was trying to do to have a really good risk to reward was I'm trying to wait for the impulse correction, and then I was waiting for another state of order flow. So potentially this could give me a 3rd wave down to come to this order block or indecision or this order block over here. So then that way I can now then look for buys. So I only wanted a short-term sell this here. This is the problem. Sometimes SPX, okay, this is why you wait for institutional time, only does 2 waves
to the downside, right? The retracement was only 2 waves. And then what happened? Buyers just got in, regardless of not even giving it a chance to come and get a bigger pullback. So when that happens, it's like I'm looking for buys, but I only want to look for buys here and here. The only chance of me having a sell was at 10 a if it was 10 a.m. here. And we were swiping liquidity, and then price started to come back down here and close. Then I would start looking for sells because I know price is going to come back to my buy zone over here. But because it didn't play out like that, okay, I don't want to sell SPX if I'm long-term swinging buys on SPX. This thing can go and break all-time highs here. So it'd be stupid for me to sell. Now, because I have to adapt to the market, I'm showing you guys what I'm going to do. This is trading, guys. Like, again, you're always going to have to adapt. Sometimes the market's not going to give you the perfect setup here. So what I'm going to have to do in this scenario is now I'm going to not look for sells. This thing broke structure, and it looks like it's actually about to close, right? It's going to close, and then above, if it does close here in the next 2 minutes here, just like this, it's going to run to the upside. So now what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for buys. Now I have to look for a pullback. Where is that pullback going to come from? Right here. I'm going to conserve my capital. Right now, I'm only trading with 500 bucks. I don't have I'm trading usually with 50 to 100 grand. So me trading with this $500 account is going to be very difficult. So I have to conserve this capital here. What I'm looking for is the perfect setup. I'm looking for just a pullback here. Then I want to look for buys back on SPX. That's what I'm looking to do. If it pulls back, if it doesn't pull back, it's fine. It's okay. Again, you're going to have more setups. Trading opportunities are like waves in a fucking ocean. There's always going to be more opportunities here. So I'm just being patient right now. I'm waiting till 10 a.m. 10 a.m. this might reverse here, but only temporarily. It might only come back down to here, and then I'm going to want to look for long-term buys here. Okay? So again, I'm going to conserve this. If I'm taking a trade, guys, I'm just going to put it here that I'm taking the trade. But I'm not taking a trade right now just because it doesn't. I had no real opportunity to get into something. People could claim buys, yes, but I mean, what are we going to do? Buy here? Buy in the middle of the order block? It'd be absolutely stupid. Okay. Let's look at Russell. Same thing. Russell looks like it's actually mitigating back and forth here. Still in order flow. You see that? Let's look at gold. Gold is my favorite pair, and it's the pair that hasn't given me the pullback, which sucks. Because gold is something I've been wanting to buy. I've been wanting to buy it since here. Let's look at GU as a catalyst here. Okay, so now that GU is kind of turning around, this might be actually a good opportunity here. Maybe I might be able to take something here at least. GU sells. It's kind of done though. The GU is just consolidating. USD CAD looks more of a. Let's look at Euro. Oh. I've been taking a Euro in a minute. Give me a second, guys. Oh, Euro's selling off. To here. All right, let's look at SPX here. Yeah, you see that? Again, it's going to break this. It's going to create all-time highs today. So, sell opportunity missed here. Next buy opportunity right here. This is what I'm looking for, okay? Regardless of where it pulls back, aiming all-time highs, something like that, if it does do a reversal now. I'm just still continuing to look for buys on SPX. So I'm going to wait until a pullback comes for a buy on SPX. Again, I was looking for sells, but this is where you always wait for what? 10 a.m. institutional time. Right now, it's going to turn around. Probably come here. Do I want to catch the sell now? I don't want to break the rules here. This thing could easily just run. So no. I'm going to wait for buys here. This is where I'm looking to buy SPX. I'm going to state that here below. I'm going to drop this markup here, okay, in the chat so everybody can see it.
Okay, right there. Actually, let me drop this here in the flip challenge chat. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm looking for buys on SPX. Okay, I'm still waiting for this. Okay, so if you're not in the flip challenge chat, I'm gonna be dropping all the details on the flip challenge chat. For GU so far, like we're gonna have to trade the indecision between GU, which sucks because GU is not really doing anything. Do I want to trade GU consolidating back and forth 14 pips? Absolutely fucking not. Why would I do that? Why would I trade this, which is 18 pips, and risk capital, bro? Like, it's retarded. I'm sorry, guys. This is what I'm gonna do also. Let's look at the average daily range of GU here, because I know it moves more than 14 pips a day. Yeah, 80 to 120 pips a day. So, like, this range here is just terrible. It's not moving. Yeah, GU's not moving. It's just chilling. So it's going back and forth, right? The best areas to buy here, sell here. I'm chilling off GU. I'm looking for more sells, right? I wanted to buy here earlier. If we would have made some money. We would have made what, 14, 10 pips. We need to look for at least with GU. The way that GU is going to be profitable for us is we need 30 pip stops for 100 pip gains. Okay? That's the only way we're going to make money with this thing. There's no other logical way to do it. So the only way we'd be able to do that is with short positions or long positions in this zone. But right now, this thing does not look like it's going long. Okay? This thing doesn't even look like it wants to move. Why is that? Dixie is just doing its thing here. So I still believe Dixie's going to move to the upside. If Dixie's still long-term moving to the upside here, it's my prediction. GU is going to be moving to the downside. So the only way we're going to do that is with shorts, selling GU. Wait here. I'm going to dump this in the chat here. If we get price to come back up here and swipe liquidity, then I'm going to get into a trade. I'm going to get into GU. I need to get into something. We're going to extend this to the downside. We're going to see if we can ride GU all the way down to the 2.61. This will be a nice solid 1 to 4. I might get in earlier too. So if GU comes back to this zone, I'm going to start taking the sell here. Internal sells. I might even set a pending right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Where's GU at? Small risk. It's not that much. Let's do sell limit here. All right, perfect. The quantity, the amount that we're going to be trading is going to be, let's go back to my strategy here. Okay, we're only gonna look at 1 to 3s.
Let's look at, okay, 0.08, first trade. Yeah, 5%. So let's do this. No worries. We'll put a 0.0, just because it's the first one. Some of you guys might not even know what you're doing. I'm going to put a 0.05. All right, sell limit right around this zone. And then let's put stop losses here. Just set this up here. So I'm going to go away. And this session's basically done. I have to do another call, guys. So stop loss will be above this zone. Right here. This is what I'm doing. So I'd lose only $7. And then TP is going to be, for right now, I'm going to set my TP here. I might swing this trade. This is what I'm doing. TP, you guys can do whatever you want to do. I'd make $25. I placed the order. If not, I might manually sell if I see this go down. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, and I will talk to you soon. I'm in some GU sales here, guys. So I'm getting in. I might even get in manually. Let me, I'm going to send this in the Flip Challenge chat. So if you guys want to catch up with me, I'm going to be in the Flip Challenge chat talking to you guys and also marking up and showing my account here. So let's do it. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Sorry about SPX, guys. I just was looking for a sell. It looks like it's about to start selling off now around that 10 a.m. reversal. But I'm not going to even attempt it. Not worth it. Okay? We're looking for buys now. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I will